Hey guys, welcome to this adventure. Today, me and Malibu are at the Elk Cemetery here in Bedford, town of Bedford. Let's look around, guys. It's very historic. Lots of Civil War graves. Come aboard. Let's have fun.
We're glad to share the places and the people that we'll meet. Think of the memories we'll have. Exploring hidden history. It's time to hop aboard on the road with Malibu and Dad. On the road with Malibu and Dad.
All right, guys, as we comb through the graves here, some are very old. And as you know, I love the old fences here. Look at that. That's been around for a couple hundred years. Maybe graves back here. 1888. That was a Berry and Davis area. Beautiful old cemetery, guys. A lot of old stones. Trying to see if I can pick up some history, as we usually like to do. Huh, here's a Donald. Memory of Benjamin Donald. Sergeant Smith, Princess Patterson, distinguished lawyer and scholar. How many stones are so old, guys? These are pretty cool in here. Colonel James Wallen, 2nd Regiment, Virginia Volunteers, who fell on June 27th, 1862, in the 33rd year of his age. He was in the Stonewall Brigade. A successful charge at Gainesville. Colonel James Wallen. He fell, looks like something Mill, Gaines Mill. He was in the Stonewall Jackson Brigade. He fell June 27th, 1862. That's pretty cool. Civil War colonel under Stonewall Jackson. Malibu is with me. She likes to check out the graves too as we pick up the history here. This place is really big. This Elks Cemetery here in Bedford, city of Bedford. Just beautiful, guys. Here's some more of the cemetery, guys. I love all these old stones. The real tall ones. It's kind of a neat one here, guys. It's a Colonel W. M. L. Wingfield, 1861, 1865. And stone is pretty well gone. There's looks like another Civil War colonel here. Yeah, so the last name is Wingfield, Colonel Wingfield. Another old one there, all fenced in. Here's one here about these boxwoods, a George Wright. Well, here's another Civil War soldier. And it's pretty well grown over here, this boxwood. And these funky looking trees. This one's kind of neat, guys. The old fence here. I love the old fencing. Look at that. J.M. Barry. Looks like down the hill there, guys, there's a giant memorial for some soldiers from the Civil War. I'm going to check that out. There's one here. Major David WSOM, Major David, I'm sorry, Newsom. A lot of majors and colonels here. The place is just full of Civil War history and officers and soldiers. Look at that, guys. Beautiful. We'll go check those out. One thing I like seeing is a well-kept cemetery, which this is. It's been around for so long. The houses, if you look in the outskirts there, have just completely taken over the area. I'm sure back in the day, this was probably a lonely, quiet hill. And now it's a cemetery in the midst of the city, which is very different. So on this grave here of a Pfizer, he's got a CSA cross here. Kind of neat. They got a lot of, private graves along with military graves. Also, all entombed here. We're still working our way to the military section. Every time I get walking that way, I see something else that catches my eye. Come across this one here, guys. Sparrow B. Wright. Looks like he earned the Southern Cross of Honor. I don't know if that was a medal they gave back then or not, but he was a captain. There's relays here. Pretty neat. Look at this one here, guys. Kind of breaking up. 1877. And here's another grave here, marker. Could be a Confederate soldier. So we can get a name off of this one here. McLeod Casey. He died in 1881. I don't know who served in what, but there's definitely a wreath here for Casey. Doesn't give any indication. Found this one to be a little unusual. There's a giant granite stone right here on top of a grave. No marker, but it's the Wright family. And G.D. Wright looks like was a Confederate soldier. But very peculiar. See that just sitting there amongst the family graves. This one way here in the back here. William Pennell, missionary. Looks like he may have been a minister. And he died July 25th, 1873. That's an old stone there, guys. Look at that one. Pretty cool. Here's one that caught our eye here. Sergeant R. Francis Nance. He was in the 353rd Bomb Squadron. He was born on February 22nd, 1914, missing in action over the Mediterranean Sea, April 13th, 1943. I think of World War II on some type of bomber, guys, and he got lost out in sea. All right, guys, this is a very special area, and this is Parker E. And he was one of the Bedford boys. If you don't know, town of Bedford lost a lot of men during the war, and they have a special place here we'll be going to later on. Check it out. This is where Parker's buried. Private Joseph E. Parker, Company C, 116th Infantry, 26th Division, World War II. And Staff Sergeant Parker. Pretty cool. This is where he's at, guys. One of the Bedford boys who was lost from this town. They lost a lot of men on World War II. Another pretty overview of the hill here. Cemetery. We're headed down to the lower side there. Check out more of the graves towards the front. Alright, guys, so this is the veteran section here. See all the wreaths? These are all soldiers. And these, I believe, are more like World War One, II in Vietnam. There's a big memorial wall there etched into the side of the hill. And I believe those up to the top of the hill are going to be the Civil War section, or Revolutionary War, we'll see. All right, guys, so after closer investigation of the elk up here on the hill and all these beautiful stones, I thought this was going to be a military graves. And there may be some veterans in there. I don't see any reefs on their graves. Look how pretty they are. These are all elk members, guys, from the Elk Lodge. Of course, the Elks are a big organization, and I guess this is where their lodge would bury their folks. Kind of neat. Do a good job. I've never been to elk. I've seen them around towns and different lodges you can join. If you know anything about the Elks, send me a comment. Let me know if this is something they do all the time, where they have their own graveyards. I think I've seen this before happen, but they do a good job. So hats off to the Elks. It's such a great cemetery. Look at the hill, guys. I'm from Florida, so we don't see too many hills and graveyards on hills. So when you see it, just kind of gives you a different perspective. So guys, I stopped. I wanted to really recognize this guy here. These graves here are very old. Look at these on the ground here. Here's a really cool one here. A Civil War soldier, Company D, 2nd Cavalry, CSA, Lieutenant William Parker, son of Joseph and Sally Ann Parker, born March 1st, 1840 to May 20th. He died May 20th, 1861. He was killed in Manassas at age 24. One brave soldier sleeps here. There's his flag and reef. Really nice stone. And usually don't find them like this where they actually say where they were killed. But this one does, killed in Manassas. Wow. Lieutenant William Parker, thank you for your service. I guess we've talked about these grave markers before. These are the steel ones. This was pretty amazing here. It's a Reverend James Turner. He was born May 7th, 1759. He died in January 8th, 1828 on his 69th birthday. That's just amazing. How long ago that was. Excuse me. Evidently the steel framed monuments we talked about before in some of our other videos. Were even back then, that was really pretty. Did a very good job. I don't know when that was erected. It looks like it's either been repaired or something, but 1759 when he was born. He died in 1828. So, Mr. Turner, Reverend, I'm sure you're up there with God. Thank you for what you did. All right, guys, here's an amazing find of John Goode. John Goode was in the 1st Manassas. He fought as a private during that campaign. So that was in 1861. He raised up to the rank of captain soon after that battle and went into the legislature and became a congressman in the Confederacy. John Goode did many great things. He lost 3 brothers in the Civil War, which is a tragedy for the family. But a great patriot and statesman, and a very cool find here in Bedford. And here's one of John's brothers. This is Edmund Goode. And Edmund was with the 58th Virginia Regiment. And he also was the brother of John. And there's other brothers are not located around here. Just Edmund and John. And he was a colonel. So military officers, great statesmen, and gave great sacrifices during the Civil War. This family lost a lot.